the chief executive has to be the one to restrain spending. And then if the chief executive acts toward restraining spending, it kind of works its way down into everything else. So what I would do if I were the president now, or if and when I become the president, I would impose spending restraints on all the civilian agencies of government, the way I did as mayor of New York City, the way Ronald Reagan did in the years that I was there, the first couple of years of his administration. I would probably look for 10% savings in each one of the agencies, with the exception of the military and Homeland Security. Even there, I would look at spending to make sure it's being done efficiently. But I don't want to give the impression that I'd be able to make an overall cut there, because for separate reasons, which I'll explain, I believe the military has to be increased. And Homeland Security, at this point, I'm not sure it has to be increased, but I want to make sure it's being distributed correctly and it's going to all the right places. And I want to leave room for possibly increasing it if we have to. We should make a play. The United States government should have a policy of rehiring only one federal civilian employee for every 2 that retires. 42% of the federal workforce, civilian workforce, is going to retire over the next 8 to 10 years. And if we had a target of 1 for 2, 1 doing the job of 2, we would save about 20 to 22 billion. But most importantly, what we'd also do is both these things, the spending reduction target and the 1 for 2 program, starts to create fiscal discipline. It starts to say from the top, this is not our money, it's the public's money. It's got to be spent very carefully. It's got to be spent in a frugal way. It creates a whole different mindset in government. And then you tend to get even bigger reductions out of it than you actually think on paper. And it can't be done in 1 year. It has to be a 4 to maybe in 6 or 8 year program. You can't reduce spending all at once, because there are too many ongoing programs. You have to reorganize them. You have to find a way to do them differently. Very often there are commitments that go out 2, 3, and 4 years. But the sooner you start the process, the more you save.